Breaking news, former President Joe Biden has been diagnosed with an aggressive form of prostate cancer.
Prostate cancer. If it can happen to the most powerful man in the world, it can happen to you. Yes, former President Joe Biden has just been diagnosed with an aggressive form of prostate cancer. And while the news is trending, we are missing the bigger story here. Because this is not just about Joe Biden. It's about you, about your dad, your brother, your son. Hey there, I'm Matthew. I'm a qualified biochemist, and if you value health tips backed by science, show your support for the channel by liking, subscribing, commenting, and sharing. And in this video today, we're going to dive deep into prostate cancer. We'll talk about the risks, the symptoms, and the latest treatments that every man should know about in 2025. Now, it's also important to say at this point, if you have any concerns about prostate cancer at all, consult with a medical professional as soon as possible. Let's get into it. Prostate cancer is the second most common cancer in men worldwide. 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed in their lifetime. Let that sink in, 1 in 8 men. So what exactly is the prostate? Well, the prostate is a small gland below the bladder. It helps make semen. And cancer happens when cells in this gland grow uncontrollably. And the fact is, there are often 0 symptoms early on. So let's talk about risk. Age. If you're over 50, your risk goes up fast. Family history. If your dad or brother had it, your chances will double. Race. Men of color are more than twice as likely to die from prostate cancer. Diet. If your diet is high in red meat and low in veggies, that's a problem. And genetics. BRCA mutations, yes, like the one in breast cancer, also matter here. So what should you watch out for? Well, in the later stages, you might notice several symptoms. Frequent urination, trouble starting or stopping peeing, painful ejaculation, blood in urine or semen, lower back pain or pelvic pain. But remember, most early cases have absolutely no symptoms, which means the only effective way of catching prostate cancer early on is to get yourself screened. Screening is usually a PSA blood test, sometimes with a digital rectal exam. Yes, it is a little bit awkward, but a few minutes of discomfort is nothing compared to missing a cancer diagnosis. And if diagnosed, do not panic, because treatments today are smarter, they are safer, and more targeted than ever before. So what are your options? Well, active surveillance for slow-growing cancers, surgery to remove the prostate itself, radiation therapy, hormone therapy, since testosterone can actually fuel growth of the prostate cancer. And there are newer options like immunotherapy and genetic-based treatments in 2025. There's also precision medicine and AI-assisted imaging, which are changing the game. So here's what I'll leave you with. By the time you feel prostate cancer, it might be too late. By the time you test for it, you might just save your life. So don't wait, don't guess, get checked, especially if you're over the age of 50 or you are younger with those risk factors I mentioned. Well, hopefully you got some value from this episode today. If you feel that somebody else might get value from it, please share. It's so important. And while you're there, check out this other video right here.